Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. We're looking at the DXY on the monthly chart, zoomed out for the past decade. More, actually. Ooh, what happened? We were really zoomed out for like 30 years. On the monthly here, just wanted to get so you could have a look at what has happened over the past 30 years. And note the large parallel channel that we've been trading in for those 30 years. We are currently up here where all these lines are intersecting. And let's zoom in a little bit more to the weekly. Right now, the Fed's beige book is coming out in it's about 15 minutes or so, and we'll have a better idea of what's going on. This is the there's 2022 right there, so this is the past year and a half right here on the weekly. Then we had this inverse head and shoulders pattern. We were trading, it's a weak pattern, but we are breaking out of the neckline, which is the top of this green parallel channel. The ultimate level of support was this white line above it, which coincided with this point here. And as you can see, this week we've broken above that. And the channel that we would be breaking into is either this purple parallel channel or this red parallel channel that we have been trading in since, come on back here, since April-ish, earlier this year. So we may just continue in this probably red parallel channel until we have reason not to. Now, I don't have it marked off here, but we have the FOMC meeting. We have the, the CPI data coming out next week, and then the FOMC meeting coming out the following week. So we could potentially see a reversal here. DXY is going up because people's fears of a harder recession coming up. But that's the recession that everybody's been talking about for the past couple years. So I guess if you keep talking about it, maybe 5 years from now, we'll get that recession. So, yeah, I think this is just overblown. Regardless, though, we will probably continue up to the top of this channel, get a rejection from there, and see what happens. That is at around 106-ish. Potentially we could come up further to the top of our that 30-year parallel channel that I showed you. That's sitting at around 107. And we'll get a rejection off of there down this way, especially once inflation fears get tamed a little bit in the coming weeks. Well, comma, now look at this. As I am recording the video, we are getting this nice little bounce off of our green line. Look at that. You couldn't... this kind of action just shows I got all my lines drawn in the right spot. This green line goes all the way back to 2013 or something like that. And it's a parallel channel we've been trading in. That's nice that we got that. The whales are supporting us here. I'm not really sure what's going on, and it's not a huge bounce. It's just to this. That's on the Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart. Let's go to a daily chart just for the heck of it. Well, let's just see where this green line does touch back here. See, the dotted line touches the, this is the March dump that we had. I believe the green line, you know what? I don't think that it touches COVID. Let's see. I think it just goes south of COVID a little bit, but it has interaction with the chart much later on. Anyway, that's just a little insight into my lines, and I've been working hard on this chart, and cleared out a lot of the lines I had, and well, actually I switched to a brand new chart and made a lot more. Look at the little crisscrosses there, like a little some sort of pastry or something. But anyway, I will get an extended look on Bitcoin much later, and show you the macro, what I'm seeing on the macro long term for Bitcoin. Actually, near term and long term. So anyway, babble. On the daily here, let me explain the lines we have here. And you can see just glancing at this that we are coming to the vertex of this green triangle here. It's pretty obvious that we are coming to a head, and let's see where that ends. October, the end of October, that one ends. However, there is another one here. We may come down. Now, see, we just got this bounce off of this green line, which tells me right now we want to go this way, and that's the normal course that I see, because right up here, these three lines, curved lines, this is a representation of the daily Gaussian channel. I will turn it on real quickly so you can see that. That's the daily Gaussian channel. Looks like this one has moved a little bit. Anyway, I'm not going to move it right now. This changes. This is fluid, so as each day progresses, the channel curves a little bit differently than the path that I've made with those lines, but it's to get a general idea of where we should expect to see the channel heading. And when we come this far out of the channel, the natural move is to come back up through the channel. That's what I see us doing here. As well, the red lines here and here, this is the top of the weekly Gaussian channel, and this is the mean band of the weekly Gaussian channel. You should be very familiar with those because we have been trading in them between those 2 points since March of this year. Except for this little bit, this little bit here above that we did. But now here we are back in the channel. So in the near term, the vertical lines here I have are the, this is the CPI data release next week and the FOMC meeting the following week. I was about to tell you in this video that there is a potential that we do fall below this green support line heading into the meeting, possibly back down to the mean band of the Gaussian channel. And right now that is sitting at about 24,600. That's the lowest I see us going, potentially on bad news from the beige book, which is coming out right this minute as we speak. So let's see how people interpret that. Anyway, I think this inflation stuff is way overblown, where the equities and risk assets are getting more of a correction than they need to, and the DXY is pumping more than it needs to, and this is going to reverse here. If not heading into the meeting, then after in this area, we will see a reversal back up, and I expect quite a bounce there. But we'll get more into that later. I just wanted to, because a lot of people are spreading fear, and the reason why they're spreading fear is because they got money on the side. They have money sitting, waiting, and they're trying to drive the price down. They're trying to get you to sell at this last moment here before Bitcoin takes a parabolic, move. It's not going to start its parabolic move, its traditional one, but I do expect to see in the latter half of September and October. See that green X up there? What is that at? That's about 58,000. By the end of the year, I expect that's where we're going to be at. And I will show you why I expect that later on. This evening, I'll stay up late and make a video that gets more in depth into all these lines that I have and little X's that head into the halving next year. But I just wanted to show you here that this would probably be the lowest you could expect Bitcoin to fall. And actually, there's this line here, and that's sitting at about 24.8. So, oh, by the way, the blue dotted lines represent the Gaussian channel on the 5-day chart. And we have fallen into that. That's the top and the mean band. And is if you follow Gerber Baby, you know that that's very important. That's the quicksand. That's quicksand. Once we close a candle in there, we fall in there. If we dip our toe. If we dip our toe in there, we fall into the 5-day Gaussian channel, and that's what we have done. And I believe we've satisfied the requirements here, and now we can head back out. And that's one reason why, too, I'm thinking that potentially we could come down further, at least to the mean band of this channel. That sits at about 25,000. So possibly, I mean, really, it is very foreseeable that we do come to 25,000 heading into the CPI data release. And possibly potentially as far down as 24.6. I don't see us going any lower than that. Where would 28 be? Yeah, maybe 24.7, because this is curving upwards. There's a possibility of us trading in this area, but not down here, not 23, not 21, or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, and well, let's see how everybody's. Let me turn the Gaussian channel off. Oops, that's moving averages. Oh, that's the other thing, moving averages. Yeah, I'll get into that later on. The price action dictates the moving averages. The reason why that when you're looking at long moving averages like the 200 and the 100 weekly, those are taking into account data that goes back 200 weeks. How long is 200 weeks? That's 4 years and 2 years on the 100, and that's accounting for or taking into account the double top and all the trading we had at very high levels in the $60,000, $50,000 to $60,000 range. That's why the 200 and the 100 weekly are artificially high. Well, artificially that's why they are so high this cycle as opposed to other cycles. Not because Bitcoin's bad now, but because Bitcoin was really, really strong a couple years ago. It's not the 50 and the 20 aren't really, really bad now. It's just that the 100 and 200 are still showing, are still influenced by strong trading at higher levels. So, just whatever. So quickly, yeah, we got a nice green candle on the daily. Let's go to the hourly. Yeah, that green candle's holding, and so that little upward movement is continuing on here, which is good. Good to see. And let's switch to the DXY. I now am on a different chart than I started with. So, oh, look at that. Yeah, see? Good. I thought it was way overblown that we're even this high on the DXY. And they've had 7 minutes and 27 seconds to digest the data in the red book. Ooh, there's a little green candle forming there, but oh, so that hourly. Let's go on the 5 minute. That's another thing with the those awesome momentum oscillators. They don't tell much as far as, I guess you can use them for divergences and stuff like that, but as far as which direction momentum's, just go to a lower time frame. Still just going sideways, which is telling me nobody's seeing a lot in the book. They would be looking for things right off the bat, and it is a greenish candle, but let's give it some time, I guess. Give it some time. We are super zoomed in here. So, okay, get on with your day. I got to get on with mine, and I'll try to get a longer video that explains more about all these lines over here. Let me go on a weekly time just to give you a little taste. Oh, look at all those lines. Nice lines drawn. Everything is very parallel and symmetric, and there's our little green X's that tell us where I think we are going towards the end of the year and heading into next year. All right. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I release my next video. I know it's been quite a while, and you have better things to do than keep looking to see if a video gets released. Just hit the notification bell, and they'll say, hey, that crazy triangle guy dude just released another video, which he does randomly because he does a lot of other things. All right. And like and subscribe and share and do all that stuff. And I need 369 likes, damn it. Okay. I gotta turn this.